Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. I'm trying to get things going again, so I thought I got to thinking about how to get the Pick a Project series back up and running. Um, I know we all have things that we've gathered and collected and had made plans for and said, "Oh, I know exactly what I want to do with this," and then we stick them on a shelf, and the day seems to we keep piling things on top of and then the stuff just sits, right? Well, kind of like when I did, you can see this box I've got over here I pulled down. I made covers, and this basket is full of different kinds of covers or journal starters. So, for example, I made this cover. I took Amazon packaging and covered it with a placemat. This is a really thick, puffy placemat. And I ended up having to line it with more packaging just to make this even, so that when I'm ready to put paper or more fabric or whatever on the inside of this, it was at the same level, like the same, it was flat. But yeah, so I've got like this cover, and I made this cover, which is just, again, Amazon packaging, but I added chipboard for a spine. You can see it's kind of gotten stiff. I almost feel like I want to like curl it or something to make it, like, because it bows in. I mean, I'm sure that when I make it into a book and I put stuff in the middle of it, it won't bow in. Also, when I glued the fabric down, I did it with like a decoupage type medium, and it seeped through the fabric, and I laid this down on paper to dry when I was sealing it, and it stuck. So yeah, I've got some spots to decorate and cover up. Of course, this can be my front, and that I can cover up the back. But anyway, so that was that one. And then over here in this box, I've got this little one made out of Amazon packaging. And then I used that same fabric on this guy, also Amazon packaging, but I made it into more of a lap book. So it's got a thick spine here and a thinner spine there. And then it would fold together, something like that when it's done. So I've got that one. And then I did some covers on camera. This was that one where I glued 2 Amazon packages together, and I lined it with cardstock. I probably should have lined it with paper because this pocket is really stiff. But you could stick like a notebook or something down in there. I mean, like this. I'm pretty sure that would fit down in there. See that? I mean, it's going to add obviously to the bulk of the book, and you wouldn't want these signatures to be too big if you stuck something that thick in there, but I'm just saying it would fit. Okay. Anyway, and I made that pocket is really durable. But so I have that cover, and then some other covers that I did on camera. We did this one on camera. This was a 12 by 12 video. Something to do with 12 by 12 paper and Amazon packaging. And we created this little cover. It's already got a tie closure and a spine cover, and it's ready to go. And then I made this one a while back. This I might make the spine bigger, so this might come apart, and I might make this spine a little bigger. I don't know. I haven't decided. But this was supposed to be the start of a book that was going to be industrial shabby chic, so like a mix. And I have, so this is a project that I still needs doing. Then the other day I was looking for my Brights. Oh my goodness. All my Brights wallpaper. I forgot that I spent a really long time making accordion books. I love accordion books. I need to make them thinner, but I love them. So I took wallpaper and put it together to make accordions. Like so. Right? And then where it folds, it's kind of torn and tattered, so these will have to get addressed where they fold. But I have a couple of these. Some of these, they haven't been glued together yet, They're just paper clipped and they're ready to go. And I've got some that are traveler's notebook size. So I've got 2 more here. I think these are paper clipped and not glued. So they're not like, so this isn't set in stone. I could find something else to do with these, but I like this idea. So right now, this is where I'm keeping them. And then I have some that are regular book size. And then I did this one. This one has wallpaper and scrapbook pages in it. So we need to fill that. And then here's another set of papers that I had that I wanted to put together in a book. And I don't know why they're singles, but there you have it. So we have those. Look, my desk is becoming cluttered. And then we did this one on camp. This was another cover that we did. I put a hard spine in it, and it's all ready to go. It's even got some trim and a tie and, you know, the whole bit. So this one's ready to go. As far as adding to it, obviously I would put a spine cover through here, and then we did this one on camera too. This is supposed to go in the middle here, just hasn't gotten glued in yet. It's evening time. I'm tired. Can't think. And I'm trying to record videos. My timing is stupendous. Okay, so I'm going to put all these back. The other thing I have is, I don't know if you guys remember, or if you, I have this little guy. So we have a little journal we can make. I don't know if you remembered a while back we did, Rachel did, on one of the Roxy's weekly challenges, we made these old books, or these eclectic journals out of old book covers. My long one I turned into a Roxy's weekly challenge idea book. So it's got all the things that I completed from Roxy's challenges, from Rachel's challenges last year, from the Roxy's weekly challenge list. I think I only got to like 40 something. But so that's what I use this for. But we made one long ways like that, but we also made one like this, and it's got pages and stuff in it. It just needs to be finished. So it needs ephemera, it needs, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it would be another rather eclectic journal. I mean, there's all kinds of, there's calendar page, there's coffee dyed paper, there's scrapbook with printables, with printed stuff on the back, there's music sheet. There's these that I made out of like graphics fairy images and old wallpaper scans, and, you know, I mean, it's just a whole hodgepodge. There's old wallpaper, scrapbook paper, a whole textbook hodgepodge of different kinds of pages. So this would be a very eclectic journal. And so this is a project that we're going to work on, definitely, because I want to get that done. So I have this box down here, and I think we're going to do some videos out of it. Now, you guys remember the green one I just showed you a couple videos ago. If you remember correctly, when I was doing the envelope journals, the ones that close like this and have these signatures, I started a purple one too. Well, it never got finished. Also sat in a box and is waiting for, you know, some tender loving care here. So what I thought was this would be a project that we could work on in the pick a project stuff. So hold on just a second. Okay, so I found this scrap. Now the other side of this is not purple, so this will end up getting, I will cover this side and we'll use that side. This is some stuff that I've selected to use. So I have this fabric we can use for flips, for, I'll probably put it down the spine. I decorated the inside. So we'll cut a strip to put down the outside. So it's going to go like, that end is pretty flat. Let's see, we would want that on the front, I think. So if this is my, is this my front? I gotta make sure my pockets are right side up, right? Any ones that I did that are up and down, I have to make sure they're right side up. This one went through a little bit of a learning curve, so I did it a little differently, and hopefully it's going to be easier to use. For example, I moved the pockets to the outside. I cut the envelope down to make these tucks further apart so they're easier to get things in and out of. I think this one is going to be easier to do than the green one was. Okay, so what I basically want to do here, before we do anything else, I basically want to move this out of the way. Just bring this down. I think I want to go an inch, maybe. Let's see, maybe an inch and a half. Inch and a half? Yeah, let's do an inch and a half. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll cut a 3-inch strip. See if I can do this. I haven't done fabric like this before, guys, so let's see how this goes. It's going to be about 3 inches. This does not have to be exact. I'm going to be... Oh, 3 inches works out good, though, because it gives me a row of flowers on the back. Okay. That should be about straight, I hope. I mean, of course, fabric is not quite as stiff as paper, so we're going to see if my rotary cutter will still cut fabric. I've been using it for paper. Oh, look, it cut it, guys. Well... Except for right down there was being really stubborn. Okay, so we're going to take this and put it on here. Let's make sure we have this. I did 3, so let's mark. Let me get my pencil. I put it away. Let's mark it at 1.5 inches, right? Like that. And I'm trying to decide what the best glue would be to use for this. I mean, I would say Fabri-Tac, but Fabri-Tac makes it wet. And then when it's wet, you can see it. So I'm like, there's a piece of me that doesn't want to do it. But I don't know what else to use. So let's go ahead and hope for the best. Oh, I can smear it, right? We've decided that if we smear it, it doesn't do the thing where it shows through the pattern of the Fabri-Tac. Maybe I'll use my big bottle. I need to refill my little bottle. So let's go ahead and open this one up. That'll be faster. All right, so we're going to go up the side. I'm not going to go right at the pencil marks. I'm going to go a little over to the one side because it's going to squish. Okay, and then we're going to flatten it out. I love it when the weather starts getting warm because my basement is nice and warm and my glue cooperates with me. It's so nice. When it gets cold down here, my glue gets like stiff, for lack of a better term. Okay, so we're going to put that right along our pencil line. And there we go. Covered right there, right? Now, let me see where we're going to be, if I'm going to be sewing. I'm not sewing anything in there. Which is a shame because there's a nice big crease down the middle there, but I'm not sewing a signature in there. So there'll be a small signature here, and a signature in here. So I don't have to worry about stitches through the fabric. But now we're going to put it on the back. So let's get our glue. I'm hoping this is 1.5 inches. It seems like if I pull it tight, it seems to make it almost. Not quite. So let's go a little short, and then if worse comes to worse, I can glue under the edge, I guess. I don't want too much excess glue out on the cover of the book. Okay, and then we'll smear again. I'm going to smear toward the back so I don't spread it out into the book. So we'll smear it toward the spine. And I can't decide if I should put, we're going to run a little bead. Right along the fold. Okay, and then we'll pull it nice and tight and put it down. Yeah? Oh, my bead made it wet because I didn't smear it. So it's a little bit wet right there. Hopefully when it dries it won't be too bad. As soon as I pulled it tight, I knew it was going to do that. I was like, you silly person. You forgot. Okay, I don't want to open that yet. I want to wait till it dries. That was the other thing I kind of stuck it. I want it stuck on there good because when I open it, I don't want it to... Yeah, I don't want it to... It's almost like you need to glue it flat. Maybe I can... Let's peel it up. Let's glue it flat and let it dry like that. And then when I fold it, it won't be so... We're going to have to re-glue it. Fixing mistakes, if we can catch them as we make them. Okay. Just kind of real quick like that. And then we'll put this down flat, and then when I close it, it'll stretch. Hopefully, if it's dry, it won't make that little fold. Okay, so that would be that's going to be our spine cover. Now I'm going to turn this over. We're going to trim this fabric off. All right. Right up against the end, and I'm off camera again. Oh, I got a corner over here that wasn't cooperating. It's not glued. I don't want to... I'll take care of it in a little bit. All right, let's do this side. Or this end, or, you know. All right. And there we have our spine. Okay. Now, it's got a little bit of... I hate getting this stuff on my fingers, but I don't know any other... Wait. See if I can do it this way. So I put a little bit of glue on there and I'm going to smudge it under here. Again, I'm trying not to get any of the glue to seep through the fabric and make marks. Okay, so there we have it. We've got our spine done. So getting started. So this video is going to be kind of an introduction back into the Pick a Project series and a, and just showing you what we have to work with in the bin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So some of these need to be 7. Do I have any that need to be 5? That would be awesome. Let's see, how tall is this? Yeah, 5 would work here. It's a little over 5. It's 5 1/4. So a 5-inch would work with an 1/8 inch gap. Ooh, this isn't 7 though. How long is this? Seven's going to be too long. That's only 6 3/4. Okay, if that's 6 3/4, how long is this? 5 and a little over a half. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to experiment. Let me get, I have all of this RIT. It's purple RIT dye. Some of it, I think, it might all be purple RIT dye by itself. I don't know if there's any purple RIT dye with coffee in here. So we've got some of this paper to use. And then I've got scrapbook paper. So I've got that. All different shades of purple. So these are more of a burgundy-ish purple. There is some burgundy in here. And then we have this, which is a very pale lavender gray. And then I've got this cardstock, which is double-sided. And I've got this cardstock also. And then I've got this. So another piece of this glittery paper, which we've used in the past for some of our signatures. Okay. And then, of course, there was this. And I'm going to probably use this for pockets and ephemera. I mean, it could be used for pages, but I would have to cover this side because obviously this side is not purple. Okay. So having said all of that, let's get the book out. Oh, nope, it's not ready to bend yet. Let's get the book out of the way and cut some pages. I know this isn't like exciting, but I thought I would, like I said, reintroduce the Pick a Project series, and then what we'll do is we will make some pages. All right, let me get that up, this over here. Okay, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. We end up with all kinds of scraps and stuff to make tags and, you know, whatever out of. So I'm going to cut this at 6 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3/4. I need my long ruler. I just want to mark that so I don't have to count it again. Okay. So let's cut this one. And I'll show you what I mean by excess strips, because I don't know what it is about that spot at the bottom, but I guess I'm just not pushing as hard when I start. Okay, so this one's going to fit in this signature, right? Oh, I cut it just the right size. I didn't want to do that, did I? I probably should have cut it 6 1/2. But, you know, whatever. So the issue is, of course, that we don't want it to stick out of this would probably be easier if I just measured how wide that is. So if I did a 4 1/2 inch fold, so if I took it here and I said, okay, we're going to fold it at, let's do it this way. One, 2, 3, 4 1/2. So this has to fold to half. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to fold to right here. So we're going to put it right on this line. Line it all up straight and give it a little push. All right. Then we're going to cut this piece off. And voila, we've made a page and a tag. Look at us go. Multitasking. I do have some other projects that I'm working on behind the scenes, like I'm beginning to think I need to change this blade. See, down here it never... Okay. Goodness gracious. All right, I'm going to fold it back on itself that way. It gets stitched there, so I don't think it'll make much of a difference. But I wanted the texture on the outside. So there we have it. All right, and then that will be the beginning of one of these signatures. And if I decide I'm uncomfortable with the height, like it's sticking out too much or anything like that, I'll just trim it. Okay, but for right now, it's actually going to be this signature. So in here, right? And it'll get this page and put it on this side, and then we need one for the other side. A cardstock page for the other side. And then what I'll do is this one can go in here. Again, it's just the right height for the thing. So what we're going to do is measure the width of this page, and it is 4. So maybe we'll do a 3 3/4 fold. One, 2, 3 3/4. 1, 2, 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Nope, I counted that wrong. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Down here off camera again. Sorry. 1, 2, 3 3/4. 1, 2, 3/4. 1, 2, 3. That should be right. Okay, so we'll line that up, fold that over, and cut that off. Sorry. I actually got a new cutting mat, and I got the wider one. And the funny thing is I didn't even think about the fact that it's also, I mean, it's longer this way, across my table. But it was also wider this way. And there's a wall there. So I had to cut it. And now my mat sits lower than it used to. So I have to remember that when I'm at the bottom of my mat, I'm no longer on camera. Sorry, guys. As if I needed something else to get used to. Okay, that's that one. And here we have this. Fold it over. And since we put the lavender on this side over here, we'll put the lavender on this side over here. Like that, right? And then when we cut the other one, we'll get a page here and a page here. So I'm not gonna, like, we're still kind of in the beginnings of this. I'm not gonna sit here and, like, I'll get to the more interesting part before I make you watch me put this journal together. I did want to show you that I do have, these are from a collage. Remember when I was doing the collage masterboards in the little kids workbook? So I made one that was all purple. So I've got all this purple background stuff. I've got these bookmarks. I've got a couple cards. This one might actually have to be, well, no, because I have these big pockets here. So yeah, I got that one. So I've got this one. They'll all have to be backed. I got these little tickets or cards or, you know, whatever. And these are the things that we'll use some of this as ephemera in here. And then, you know, it's just the process of putting it together. And now I've got these that can be used as cards or tags or whatever, pockets. So I hope you guys are going to, you know, come back to me for the pick a projects, and we will start clearing out that box and finding other things to clean up and work on, because Lord only knows I've got a ton around here of just stuff taking up space on shelves that's been there since I bought it, hauled it, and put it away, and I haven't touched it. So yeah, I'm going to get some of these projects going, guys. I'm still working on breaking down little golden books. We're going to have a lot of projects to work from on our Pick a Project videos. So I will see you guys later, and I hope it's soon. Bye-bye.